Last night, while I was scrolling through my usual corner of the internet, a little community called Whisper Lane, I came across a story that made my eyebrows shoot straight up my forehead. People post all sorts of nonsense online, but this one? This was the kind of post that made me put my coffee down because I genuinely needed both hands to process the absolute chaos. My fight or flight response kicked in just from reading it. The writer was a woman in her early 30s, and her problem was simple on the surface. Her younger sister completely destroyed her house. But this wasn't your typical annoying sibling ate my leftovers situation. No, no, no. This girl was basically a walking natural disaster, a one-woman FEMA event, the human equivalent of choose violence as a lifestyle. If chaos had a LinkedIn profile, she'd be employee of the month, every month, since 2015. According to the post, the sister had always been a troublemaker, lying, borrowing money she never paid back, taking people's things, starting problems everywhere she went. Just absolute chaos on two legs, like a human glitch in the Matrix. A real-life NPC with broken AI, the kind of person where the universe hits Control-Z but nothing happens. And the parents? Oh, they were Olympic-level enablers, gold medalists in denial. Their go-to lines were always the same. She's just young, and she's still family. Let me tell you something. That sentence right there, she's still family, has ruined more lives than student loans, MLM schemes, and that one friend who says we should hang out soon, but never texts back. It's the emotional equivalent of it's fine when it is absolutely not fine. Fast forward to adulthood. Did the sister get better? Absolutely not. Plot twist. She got worse. Her jobs were like free trial subscriptions. 3 months and done. Speedrun champion of unemployment. Borrowed money evaporated faster than my motivation on a Monday morning. Relationships ended quicker than a TikTok trend. Here today, forgotten by tomorrow. Then one day, the sister called saying she'd lost her apartment and begged to stay at the writer's place just for a little while. The writer didn't feel good about it. Her gut was screaming this is a trap. Her brain was blaring red alert sirens. Every cell in her body said no. But once again, that cursed sentence returned. Well, she's still family. And honestly, that was the exact moment this story locked itself on a collision course with disaster. You could smell the catastrophe brewing from a mile away. This was the villain origin story, but for a house. The oh no, not like this moment, the record scratch. Freeze frame, yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here energy. The first few days were quiet, too quiet, suspiciously quiet. And you know how in horror movies, if it's quiet, that means the monster is already in the house? This was that. This was the calm before the storm, the eye of the hurricane, the moment before the boss fight music starts playing. Sure enough, the storm rolled in like it was here to collect a debt. The sister gave the house door code to her friends. Yes, you heard that right. Just casually handing out access like it's a Netflix password. Random men started knocking at the door at 2 a.m., and little things around the house began disappearing like it was some kind of low-budget magic show. David Blaine walked so this girl could sprint. But the real destruction came over the weekend. The writer had a 2-day work trip, and while she was gone, her sister threw a massive party in the house. Not just a regular party, not a few friends over for wine party. We're talking about drunk college kids recreate the Fall of Rome level party. Project X, but worse party. The cops show up and say nah, we're not dealing with this party. They even uploaded videos online. Because of course they did. It's 2025. Nothing happened if it's not on the internet. And the writer linked them in her post. I watched those clips and genuinely needed a moment of silence afterward. I had to pause, look at my ceiling, and ask God why he tests me like this. The living room looked like Mother Nature herself had lost a custody battle and taken it out on the furniture. It looked like a tornado had a baby with a frat house. Alcohol everywhere, walls, floors, ceiling, probably in another dimension. Food smashed into the carpet like abstract art nobody asked for. Someone tried to shove trash down the sink until the plumbing literally said, I quit, and tapped out. The pipes gave their 2 weeks notice. The bathroom, let's just say OSHA would have condemned it on site. The CDC would have needed backup. It was giving biohazard vibes. It was giving call an exorcist and a plumber. But the worst part, the absolute cherry on top of this disaster Sunday, some of the party guests stole the writer's laptop, camera equipment, kitchen appliances, even personal documents. Like the party wasn't enough chaos. They held a clearance sale on her entire life. Everything must go. Today only. They looted the place like it was a Black Friday sale at Target. Grand theft house party. When the writer returned home, she couldn't even step inside at first. She stood in the doorway, completely frozen, like her brain was buffering at 1% loading speed, like her soul left her body and went to therapy without her. Windows shutdown sound effect playing in her head, blue screen of death, but make it emotional. And then came the moment that made me want to slam my laptop shut out of pure secondhand rage. The moment that had me ready to throw hands through the screen. The sister, sitting there, completely unbothered, zero remorse, no guilt, no shame, no regret, not a single thought behind those eyes. Just vibes, bad vibes, but still just vibes, living her best life in the wreckage she created. When confronted, she shrugged, yes, shrugged, and said things like it's just a little mess. And you can replace those things. As if the writer was overreacting to a slightly crooked throw pillow, as if she'd just left a dish in the sink, not summoned the apocalypse. The audacity, the unmitigated gall, the sheer audacity was so powerful it could have been used as renewable energy. Reading that part, I swear I nearly fell out of my chair. I had to stand up and walk away from my computer. In American mom language, that girl isn't just delusional. She's living in a whole different tax bracket of denial. Premium tier delusion. VIP membership to the Not My Problem Club. She's got a PhD in gaslighting with a minor in audacity. She's not just missing the point. She's in a different time zone from the point. So the writer called the police. As she should. Queen behavior. Honestly. She had videos, faces, timestamps, the whole crime buffet served on a silver platter. Evidence so clear it could have been a Netflix true crime documentary. And the sister? She kept denying everything. Playing victim like she was auditioning for an Oscar. Acting like she somehow tripped and fell into a 40-person illegal house party. I don't know how this happened, officer. I was just standing here and suddenly, there were 40 people. The mental gymnastics were Olympic level. She deserved a gold medal in being completely insufferable. By this point, my eyes were rolling so hard I could see last week. I rolled them so far back I unlocked childhood memories I'd forgotten. And of course, you knew this was coming. You could see it from space. The parents blamed the writer. They said she shouldn't have called the police. That family shouldn't do that to each other. And that the sister was going through a hard time. The enabling was enabling so hard it could power a small city. Funny, some people aren't going through a hard time. Some people ARE the hard time. Some people ARE the problem. The glitch, the error message, the whole system crash. Linda calls this kind of parent emotionally bankrupt with unlimited overdraft. They ran out of common sense years ago, but they keep spending like they can afford it, like their logic account is in the negative, but they're still swiping the card. They're out here giving we don't have money at home energy, but for basic human decency. In the end, the writer cut off the entire family, moved out, changed locks, changed numbers, the whole witness protection starter kit. She went full ghost mode, deleted, blocked, and moved to a different area code. She said new phone who dissed to her entire bloodline. And honestly, good for her. Chef's kiss. Standing ovation. 10 out of 10. No notes. Because sharing blood doesn't mean someone gets to drain your sanity dry. Just because you shared DNA doesn't mean they get to treat your life like a free-for-all buffet. Sometimes the most dangerous people in your life are the ones who feel entitled to your forgiveness simply because you grew up in the same house. They think family is a free pass to be terrible forever. Spoiler alert, it's not. And if you don't walk away, they'll burn your life down and then ask why you're being dramatic about the smoke. They'll gaslight you into thinking you're overreacting while standing in the ashes of everything you built. So yeah, that's the story. That's the tea. That's the chaos. And if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, remember, you can't set yourself on fire to keep someone else warm, especially if that person is actively pouring gasoline on you. Stay safe out there, internet friends. And remember, locks can be changed, but crazy is forever. Peace out.